Tim Pool picked up on my theory of the reason Democrats are going to Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. So, it's one thing when I come out with a conspiracy theory. It's a whole nother when it's picked up by somebody legitimate like Tim Pool. And I'm going to play the clip for you. But if you go back 6 days ago and you look at AOC goes maskless in Florida, I came out with this conspiracy theory 6 days ago. Tim Pool has picked it up. I'm really proud and happy about it. Let's see what Tim has to say.
In general, I have a problem with mandates because, I walk into a restaurant and nobody's wearing masks, but they're like, but you got to wear it for 2 seconds before you sit down. And I'm like, that's nuts. That's literally insane. Either we're going to be eating indoors or we're not. That to me is crazy. For AOC to advocate for all of this stuff, go to Miami during a spike in cases of 1,000% shows the complete and utter hypocrisy. Because I'll tell you this, I can say the vaccine mandates are bad and the mask mandates are bad, but I ain't going to be walking into a restaurant or city with a 1,000% spike in COVID cases. Now, let me just say it.
Unless it's like my other theory, where she's madly in love with Ron DeSantis and is just infatuated and knows she can't have him. That's the other reason she would do it. But maybe there's a big Democrat plot. Maybe I was right the first time.
Me personally, I don't know if I would care all that much because in reality, I had COVID. I have natural immunity. I really don't think I have anything to worry about. But I'll put it this way. Regardless of the illness, if someone said, hey, in this area, there is a massive spike in an illness, I'd be like, maybe we shouldn't go out in that place because I don't want to get sick. Maybe I go somewhere else. There are many other places other than Florida you can go. I mean, you can go to Texas. Granted,
God bless Texas. I just want to throw that in there.
COVID was spiking everywhere. The point is, it is not just the hypocrisy of AOC not wearing a mask and hugging and getting kissed by people. It's the hypocrisy of doing it while we know there is a massive spike in COVID cases, while she's criticizing Ron DeSantis, and she leaves New York to go party in Florida where all of this is happening.
Now, this is interesting because Tim I understand where he's going, but he also made the second theory I had. He just made my points. Anybody that criticizes her apparently wants to sleep with her. And who's she criticizing? Ron DeSantis. Where does she go? Florida. The only person to notice Ron DeSantis wasn't making public appearances because he was with his wife in her cancer treatment. Nobody noticed but AOC. I'm just saying both theories could be true at the same time. Hey, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And if she's been scorned, God knows what she'll do. She'll take that virus to Florida. She doesn't care. She'll take it there just to hurt him because he's rejecting her advances. And it's his own fault. Looking so damn good and having so much power. Shame on you, Ron DeSantis, wanting to be successful in life, being a faithfully married man. It's people like you.
So again, not just about lip service. It's about her being like, not only am I not going to wear a mask, I'm going to go exactly where there's a major spike in COVID. Well, to be fair, to be honest, I think New York was having a much worse spike. So probably that was her escaping. I mean, if you've got like a record-breaking cases in New York, maybe you will want to fly away and get away from there. So here's what happens. Here's the funny thing. You can look at it another way too. AOC going to Florida from New York and not wearing a mask. Okay. The point of the mask is that you don't spit on people. It does not stop aerosolized virus. My understanding, it could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the aerosolized virus from like vapor, water vapor, and breathing, you can't stop it. But when you talk, you are spitting a lot. No, seriously, people need to understand that. When you wear a mask, you're not spitting on people. The reason why they want people to wear masks is because asymptomatic spread is possible. That's the official narrative. So AOC is in a place with record-breaking COVID. Flies to Florida, which has been doing better than most places in the country. I got to ask, and then she doesn't wear a mask. Did she do this on purpose? And if this story is from January 2nd, so it's just over a week ago, it's possible AOC actually got exposed to COVID in New York, where there's record-breaking cases, and then brought the virus to Florida. Not particularly likely because the incubation period on average, I think, is only around 3 or so days. So it's likely she got it in Florida. But it's possible because I think it can go up to 2 weeks. So AOC absolute hypocrite in every sense of the word if she came out and said, look, COVID is something we're all going to get. We're going to have to learn to live with it. Mandates are wrong. I'd be like, no, there you go. I mean, that's what the Republicans are doing, right? It's kind of crazy to me well, let me show you this tweet. Mia Cathell is the viral tweet saying, the virus just wants to date you, in reference to AOC claims Republicans motivated by adult frustrations in Twitter rant amid Florida trip controversy. AOC was down in Florida for some time, and that's the joke now. That she's just trying, everyone's just trying to date her. I already showed you the CDC director saying we can't prevent transmission. If AOC and other Democrats were to own up to this and just say this is the reality of things now, then the vaccine mandates would be done because they make no sense. The Supreme Court would not be needing to have arguments, insane ones, mind you, about vaccine mandates, and AOC would look much less like a hypocrite. But here we are. Here we are with most of us who are ahead of the game, telling the truth and making honest assessments, being called conspiracy theorists and anti-vaxxers and all that other stuff. I like vaccines, I really do. I think they're amazing. And I've said this before too. I think mRNA technology is brilliant. Dr. Robert Malone seems to think so as well. Now, it's the application of what you do with the mRNA, I suppose, that you can be critical of. But this idea of, it's a potential cancer vaccine because it actually goes into the cell and changes,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted you to see that. So, Deadpool came out with my exact conspiracy theory, but I think he's missing probably even a broader point. Is I honestly believe that conspiracy theory may actually be true. Now that I'm thinking about it, and at first when I said it, I'm like, that's a big conspiracy theory. That they're doing it on purpose. What's not a big conspiracy theory is that she's been spurned by Ron DeSantis, and now she wants to hurt him. Hopefully he picks up on that too, and hopefully we see that in the future, but I just want to show you that. And like I said, go back and look on this show 6 days ago. The video is entitled AOC Goes Maskless in Florida, and you can see me come out with, I'm not even calling it conspiracy theory anymore, come out with the theory or maybe the question, hey, is this actually what's going on? Because don't forget, they just caught Eric Swalwell down there too. So how soon until we find out he's COVID positive? So, but hey, if you want to watch videos like this and watch me, because I'm out here ahead of a lot of stuff on this. And like I said, I bring a whole different take. You're not going to hear my views pushed by anybody else. Why? When Tim Pool did it today, I was so surprised by it. I was so surprised I had to do a video on it. Like, subscribe, and share, and send this to your friends and make sure they subscribe. And you know what? If you have a theory, hey, hit me up in the comment section, send me a message, email me, whatever you got to do, and let's discuss it. Hell, if you send a theory and you lay it out, I'll even come out and do a show on it about what's going on right now. Like I said, one of my videos got taken down on YouTube last night, and I went on a campaign against them. So please go back and watch that. If you're wondering what video it was, it's on Rumble. So you can go over to Rumble and watch that video, the one that got taken down on YouTube, and it was called AOC Gets COVID, or AOC Gets COVID while stalking Ron DeSantis over on Rumble. Make sure you go watch that. Let's build up that Rumble audience. And like I always say, like, subscribe, share. And as always, especially in these days and times, keep your powder dry and do what you got to do.